Let's talk about, Bo Brock, some key matchups ahead of the Seattle Seahawks Arizona Cardinal matchup this weekend. I know what I'm looking at. It's the guy that was cooking Ram DBs last week. Can he do it again? Plus his better quarterback play. How about our guy, Hollywood Brown? Can he take it to the, let's just call it the Rick Woolen, RIP Woolen this weekend? If Hollywood Brown can go off for a deep ball, Woolen himself for the Seattle Seahawks, 92 yards, 2 tutties, and only 2 passes defense. Seattle's got decent corners. Frankly, he is not one of them. Tariq Woolen, after a banner year last year, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Hollywood Brown scores a touchdown against Tariq Woolen. I think that some of his cachet has been lost from his rookie season. I think Hollywood Brown cooks him for a touchdown with Joshua Dobbs pulling the trigger.
I hope so. I mean, Tariq Woolen or Reek Woolen, he bottled up Hollywood Brown in that matchup in Seattle last year. So I think that's why this matchup is so key. When you look at Hollywood Brown, 29 catches, 334 yards, and 3 tutties. I mean, those numbers could be a lot better if he has better quarterback play and more accurate footballs. Like, at least you can add one more touchdown to that list, to that stat line. And then you're right. It's not that important, that impressive. Like, Woolen's given up to 2 touchdowns. I think this has to be a bounce back game if the Arizona Cardinals want to have, like, the Seattle Seahawks are pretty stout in the run defense. So you're going to have to get after these corners and throw the football. And the wide receiver that's been the most consistent for this Cardinals receiving core has been Hollywood Brown. He's got to get it going and not have obviously it ended in injury last year. You obviously don't want that to happen, but before that, he was also bottled up by the defensive secondary. And you like to look him kind of win this battle come Sunday.
Donald, appreciate you, my guy. Love this podcast. Love to be back on this podcast previewing Seattle hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And then we touched on it, how the Arizona Cardinals are going to stop Kenneth Walker III, Bo Brock. It's got to be starting with Kazir White, linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals, having a banner season. One could argue he's been a Pro Bowl level linebacker, 55 total tackles, 2 sacks coming over from Philadelphia now. The captain, the play caller for the Cardinals defense. Kenneth Walker's the real deal, Holyfield. I mean, he can burn you. He carved up the Cardinals last year, albeit a Vance Joseph defense. Cardinals are having a tough time stopping the run when other teams commit to the run. Dallas got away from it. They prospered. But, man, what Christian McCaffrey, Joe Mixon, and subsequently last week, that 5th rounder from the Rams did in the second half, the Cardinals need the very best from Kazir White to be able to slow down Seattle's offense, which I think, Bo Brock, is predicated on running the football.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be a broken record and put a defensive lineman up here. Obviously, it starts up front, but if they're going to have any chance, number 7 is going to have the one that's going to be meeting at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage with the running backs, because you're not getting the play from your defensive front that you would like. And as you pointed out, I mean, the games that they've been in, they've been competitive in, they've been able to slow down the run. But when things get away from them, that's when that run defense kind of really comes apart, right? And Kazir White is somebody that can make some big plays in here, maybe potentially make the Seattle defense one-dimensional if they can take number 9 out of this. When I was looking at the gaudy numbers from the Seattle offense, I made sure to ask Jonathan Gannon, like, when you look at this team and how kind of potent they are and how balanced they are and how they can get it going in the pass game and the rush game, and they take care of the football, like, how do you potentially slow that? Where do you start? And he says it starts with number 9. So you slow down Kenneth Walker III. I think that gives you an opportunity come Sunday to compete and stay competitive in this game and potentially steal one.
Cardinals are 0-2 in the division under Jonathan Gannon. Let's get that man back closer to 500 with a dub this weekend. It's prediction time. I'm happy to go first.
You want to check the gut meter first?
No, I want to save the gut meter.
Oh, okay.
I want to save it for the end of the show. How dare you, Bo Brock? This is prediction time. The gut meter can wait. The gut meter, listen, my gut's rumbling to tell everybody who I like this weekend that are going to step up for the Cardinals. And what I think right now, PHNX Cardinals faithful, is going to be a Cardinal win. I think the morale is boosted for this team with Kyler Murray and Budda Baker back in the fold. I know Kyler's just practicing. Let's start on offense. Trey McBride, ever heard of him? He was great last week, and I think he's going to be even better this week. Seattle can be susceptible to opposing tight ends. I think Trey McBride now, tight end 1 over Zach Ertz, gets multiple targets in the red zone. Trey McBride scored a touchdown this weekend, folks. Anytime touchdown for Trey McBride, he's going to steal Zach Ertz targets in the red zone. A big part of the Cardinals getting to 24 points. How about on the defensive side? I don't know how you cannot choose Budda Baker this week. He's going to be the catalyst for what I think is going to be their best defensive showing since the Dallas game. Seattle, his home state of Washington, going to go out and ball out. Love to see it. Number 3, you have a different vibe about this team when he's suiting up, the captain. And then I mentioned it, DJ Humphries. Like, come on, bro, get your shit together. Like, Seattle's pass rushers, they're fine. They're pretty solid. You get cooked each of the last 3 weeks. Like, help your quarterback. Joshua Dobbs cannot be an accurate passer with you having defensive ends laying all over him. He needs a clean pocket like he had for much of the season to start with. You're right now in a position, DJ Humphries, where the fan base is ready to turn on you, turn that back around on them and say, I am the player worth $13-14 million. I am worthy of being a captain. I am worthy of being a stalwart. Stop getting outproduced by, rookies and journeymen. Like, come out there and be a stalwart for this team up front on the offensive line. If DJ Humphries plays well offensively, Cardinals are going to score points. If he struggles, Joshua Dobbs is going to subsequently struggle. I'm going to give DJ the benefit of the doubt that doesn't happen. Cardinals win this game on a last-second Matt Prater field goal in the wind, in the rain, to beat the Seattle Seahawks 24-21. Cardinals move to 2-5.
Hit that like button for that prediction. I mean, I just will it into existence. I love it. Optimism. Let's let it just kind of let's let it marinate here. Let's just kind of live in it right now. Because
why are you teasing this up? What do you got to say to this audience, Bo?
Right, because I want the likes now. Because I don't think they're going to like when I look at my predictions. Because I just don't see a defense that is prepared to slow down this offense from the Seattle Seahawks. I just don't. Even with Budda Baker coming back, but if they're going to have a shot, I do have the Cardinals losing this one 31-20 to the Seahawks. But if they're going to step up, they are going to have a guy like Michael Wilson have a big game. You got to going up against a couple of their corners out there. If Hollywood Brown has a repeat performance, you're going to have the third rounder, 96th overall selection at Stanford, show up for the first time in 2 weeks. Love to see 14 out there making big plays again for the Arizona Cardinals. Then on the defensive side of the football, who's been wreaking the most havoc, getting the most pressures? It's that guy out of Duke, Victor Dimukeje. And when you look at you talked about maybe a vulnerable offensive line, it's at the right tackle spot, and that's usually where Dimukeje is kind of lined up or coming off the edge against. I think that's where he can maybe get after Geno Smith. So Dimukeje can maybe add to his sack total this season. And then you're saying, for your X factor, you've got Cardinals RB1 and Keontae Ingram, but I don't expect him to make this like huge impact. But if he's a guy that get like 3 to 4 yards per carry and really set yourself up in second and third and manageable, I think that can be an X factor for the Arizona Cardinals and what they want to do offensively. Maybe even bust off, an explosive run as far as, maybe 1 or 2 runs close to 10 yards or more. That'd be huge for this Arizona Cardinals offense and go a long way in helping out Joshua Dobbs. But unfortunately, I just think that, the Seahawks outside of the game last week, this offense has put up big points, and the Arizona Cardinals have faced worse offenses and performed poorly. This is a big boy offense in the NFL, and despite pedestrian numbers from Geno Smith, I think that him and with Kenneth Walker III and DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett could be a nightmarish day, and maybe another 30 burger on the Cardinals defense.
I was enjoying my return to the show after a 2-day absence, and now I want to punch you right in the mouth for that prediction. Love these sports heroes. Sensible Johnny is here. I am sensible. Take the Cardinals money line with BetMGM and use your bonus bucks or not, because it's going to hit. Negative Bo with 20-31 according to Fishbowl Flash. I don't like that negativity, but I will turn it to Bo because the gut meter is back. Now, Bo Brock crafted this gut meter by hand. So let's see what Bo Brock thinks the gut meter is.
Chiseled it.
Yeah, with a Cardinal loss at 31-20. Good hell. What do you got for me?
Get a little bit of a bump. It was about maybe halfway up last week against the Rams, a 2-3 team that they lose 26-9 against. I think JG with getting a little boost from Budda Baker returning the field on Sunday and Kyler Murray returning the practice field. We get a little extra juice, and we're going to effing gut these guys meter. The gut meter says about 75%, and a little bit happier JG, but hopefully a better performance will do that. Not maxed all the way out. I think that the next time this thing's maxed out is after a dub or when Kyler Murray returns.
Who got you for that prediction? How dare you? If the Cardinals win this game, we're going to put Buda Baker's head on that for the post-game show along with JG, because something tells me number 3 is going to have a big part in how this game goes down this weekend.